Today, the market is gradually making a comeback. There has been a little uptick in the pricing of Shiba Inus recently. Experts are no longer providing updates. Right now, Shiba Inu is in a life-or-death predicament. But today, something huge occurred. They abducted almost 151 billion Shiba Inus. It has been returned. Shiba Inu might have a renaissance as a result of this. Why is this taking place? I don't even know what I'm talking about. Okay, I'll try to clarify. At last, the Shiba Inu is exhibiting some vital signs. The price was able to recover from yesterday's devastating drop and recoup all of its losses today. The interesting part is that the increase is just less than 1%. It wasn't exactly a huge rally, but that little change managed to change the whole tone. Everything feels different all of a sudden. The bullish attitude has returned, and people are treating the Shiba Inu as if it had recently staged a remarkable comeback. The crash appears to have been a complete fabrication. However, things don't appear to be all that good. Shiba is still struggling on the weekly chart with a loss of about 4%. The small improvement today is encouraging, but we still have a long way to go before we can declare a recovery. Now we reach the exciting part. The price of Shiba Inus isn't fluctuating at random. We haven't seen this pattern since July of last year, and it truly materialized. The current price decline coincides with a death cross on the daily chart of Shiba Inu, as one analyst pointed out. When the shorter-term moving average falls below the longer-term moving average, it is known as a death cross. In most markets, that would be considered a negative indicator, suggesting that the current trend of falling prices may continue for some time. As a matter of fact, this marks the first major death cross that 2025 has witnessed. A golden cross, in which the short-term average rises above the long-term one, occurred the last time the Shiba Inu saw a significant moving average crossing. After that, in November, Shiba Inu reached new heights around 1 month later. Right before that, in July, Shiba Inus hit rock bottom before entering a protracted consolidation phase, which was the most recent death cross. After then, though, the trend turned around and began to rise again. Therefore, if past events are any indication, the current market conditions may be comparable, with a stabilization of prices preceding the next significant move by Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu trillionaires are dwindling in number, which is an intriguing development. It may be a strong indication for the remaining holders that the number of wallets containing trillions of Shiba Inu is rapidly decreasing. Not exactly a rosy image is being painted by the on-chain statistics. It may become more difficult for prices to remain stable if these large investors begin selling their holdings, which might lead to increased selling pressure in the market. A significant decrease from earlier is seen as only 49 wallets currently possess more than 1 trillion Shiba Inu. The market's stability has always been greatly influenced by these huge holdings. It is certainly worth noting that their numbers have shrunk by this much. This could mean that some of the largest investors are selling their Shiba Inu or distributing their assets among different wallets. The future of Shiba Inus is uncertain in light of this development, which may indicate a change in market strategy or a loss of trust among the major stakeholders. Now listen up, there is one more thing you need to know about Shiba Inus, and this could end up being a positive thing for the community. In contrast to the trillionaires, a new class has been steadily expanding in recent years. A total of about 360 Shiba Inu puppies have become millionaires in the last 12 months. The number of wallets containing Shiba Inu valued at least $1 million increased from 600 to about 950. This growth occurred at the same time as the token's remarkable price surge. The Shiba Inu has, of course, had its share of problems. Prices were impacted particularly hard in the past month, decreasing by more than 27%. High-value holders are actually on the rise, which is quite intriguing. Shiba Inu are becoming increasingly expensive, which may indicate that major players are covertly amassing a large number of these dogs. The number of addresses with Shiba Inus valued at more than $10 million has increased. Massive trading like that often indicates that institutional investors or whales are becoming increasingly interested. So despite the ups and downs, it appears that some well-heeled investors are still putting their money on the Shiba Inu. The worst part is that Shiba Inu will only get stronger with time. The community went into a panic after discovering via an online data set that Shiba Inu has received approximately 8,4,0,0,0 new addresses. There has been an influx of new consumers into the ecosystem of such magnitude. Despite the price fluctuations in 2024, particularly following the steep decline from its peak, Shiba Inu has been steadily increasing behind the scenes. The number of addresses that have Shiba Inus has increased dramatically in the last year, according to data from the blockchain. Just over 4.6 million addresses are now part of the network, up significantly from 3.8 million in February of last year. So the increase from 2023 to 2024 was already impressive, but Shiba Inu saw much more growth in the past year. It should be noted that a significant portion of this growth originates from addresses that do not have any balance at the moment. However, these figures continue to rise even when we exclude addresses that do not actually have Shiba Inus. It appears that the interest in Shiba Inu is still going strong, as seen by the constant influx of new addresses. It's having the reverse effect. Whether they're purchasing, holding, or simply preparing for something huge, more and more people are becoming engaged. And now we get to the insane part. Coinbase just published a story regarding an anonymous whale that made some significant moves with a Shiba Inu, which brings us to our topic of large numbers. Things are undoubtedly occurring in the background despite the relative calm in the cryptocurrency market as of late. Whales are moving their assets around, exchanges are keeping an eye on their wallets, and large transfers are still in the works. While this was going on, something fascinating occurred. Suddenly, a mysterious wallet transferred all of the 151 billion Shiba Inu tokens, worth a couple $1 million, to Coinbase just 1 week after shockingly acquiring so much of them. However, things start to become strange now. Not shortly after that, Coinbase withdrew those tokens in 2 different transactions, and then a week later, they were returned back to the exchange in one massive transfer. Right now, no one has a clue as to what's happening. It might be a major player shifting their assets, a whale selling off their holdings, or something else different. What this means, though, is that the Shiba Inu market is about to experience a major shift. Another trade made a massive move on Shiba Inus, which might significantly alter the situation, and here we thought things couldn't get any greater. Because of this, trading Shiba Inus is now much simpler, which is a huge thing. Now that traders can buy and sell with no additional hassle thanks to direct USD access, we may see a surge in activity. We may witness the return of genuine momentum if trade volume increases. Prices could skyrocket if this kind of thing happens. Now, back to our earlier videos, when the buzz returns, $1 Shiba Inus might be feasible, and with such massive changes, it's certain to return shortly. More availability increases curiosity, which in turn increases demand. Shiba Inu might be in for a significant boost if a sufficient number of traders decide to go back in. Also, investors are beginning to sense the excitement again due to the accumulation of favorable news. Actually, one expert has already predicted that Shiba Inu might have a very profitable year in 2025. Recently, there has been a significant increase in the trading volume of Shiba Inus, which has been driving the price toward higher trend lines. The problem is that the market is still heavily influenced by bears, even though it appears like a bull run might be developing. Shiba Inu has fallen from a higher to a lower price range in the last month. The trends, however, do indicate promising future developments. Shiba Inus could be back to their former glory if all goes according to plan, but if that level of support doesn't hold, it can fall considerably further before turning around. There is a war going on between vendors and consumers right now. Everything is heating up though, so a sudden change could be on the horizon. Perhaps the wisest course of